Hiya, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled. The game that teaches us that all of them can be simplified down to a single statement. Pearl, the bestie, the obvious correct answer. Anyways, let's just hop right in. I grasp the sides of my head as a slight headache begins to come on. When did I start raising my voice? Tucker, please, calm down. It's quite alright. I'm here. There are no station mascots, so I'm not sure what you could have seen. Do I need a censor? It's not a phase, Mom. It's the horrors beyond my comprehension, right? Perhaps it was a wayward crew member? Had you seen them before? Seen them? I'm just gonna hide the screen and censor. Or it could not do that. It's not that. Where's the, do I have to hide that and that? What is going on? Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. Okay. Okay. I can't hide it. Didn't you play the new build? Yeah, we played half of it. Yeah, the sensor isn't working. It's time to panic. Go ahead and start panicking. The sensor isn't working. It is time to fucking panic. The sensor isn't working. It is time to panic. This is a code. We need to start fucking panicking. See, that's the thing. The full screen sensor isn't working. The half sensor is oh, God damn it. I already know what I gotta do. I already know what I gotta do, and I'm doing it right now, and it pisses me off, but here it is. Let me go ahead and rename this to half screen sensor. And, oh shit, hang on. Fuck. Yes, delete that, Control C, and then paste dupe. Ah, shit. Well, let me go ahead and, rename this to, full screen sensor. Then I'll turn this on and just... And we're going to... Actually, no, we can't use Leo, man. And I'm just going to pull that up. Seen them? Wait, I hadn't I? Hissing, like a gas leak. They only want it to be heard from afar. I think I have. It was thrumming and beating and mechanical and melodic and wrong. It was in a dream. It wasn't worth turning to face it.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Add to that, this is the program that streams were started on. It wasn't worth trying to face it. I won't see it. It's not worth turning to face it. They won't let me see it. Tucker? Tucker, are you alright? Is something wrong? Surely this isn't translating correctly. A million broken voices.
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Shattered and wrong, I'll sing in joy as my heart stops. How could I forget about you? Oh, by the void, what's happening? My skin writhes as my mind goes blank. Words unspoken translate across static airwaves. Something's wrong. He's here. What is it? There's no one here. It's just us. My lips are moving, but I am not. Professor, I remember now. What is it? Are you okay? Damn it, MARROWYN, answer your monitor. I've lost control of my life. I know why I came down here. I wanted to talk to you. Okay, let's talk. What do you need? I remember so much things I never even learned. Words that I couldn't have heard and wish never to be spoken. Sounds that I can't form with my rotten tongue, but maybe I could, if it just weren't for that one thing. That awful thing staring back at me in the mirror. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon. Immediately I start sobbing. Oh shit. Yeah, I turned it off. Yet, all you need to know is that Tucker's just casually being traumatized. Immediately I start sobbing, falling against Tear's cold desk as I hold my head in my hands. What is happening? Slamming the desk does nothing but hurt my already sore body. Oh, no, Tucker. Please, calm down. He steps behind me and puts a paw on my back. Oh shit, I forgot to turn off the auto skip. I wouldn't have taken him for one to console, but it's the best I can get right now. Why are you screaming? Do you want out? You sneak in, and then you start complaining that because you hate it in here. Oh, why do you sneak in here if you hate it in here? Why are you like this? God, damn cat. Hey, yo. I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to put the thing in the Discord. Oh, shit. He steps behind me and puts a paw to my back. I wouldn't have taken him for one to console, but it's the best I can get right now. As awful as it was, I can't let it fade. I have to remember this time. The songs, the chants, all lost to the static, but what happened to me? What I saw? It seems to be sticking. For now, I grip my hands so hard I worry I'm going to bleed. The scars will live on as memory, even if my mind cannot. Although, I know to the Karain, even scars are temporary. My breath starts to slow and cool, the taste of bile slick on my tongue. Tear frantically bounces around the room, offering me water and checking his monitor. Pulling myself up, I make eye contact with him, barely breathing through ragged breaths. I think something is wrong with me. He takes a quick look around the room before returning to his desk. Tucker, I will do what I can to help you, but I need to know. What just happened? I don't know. I saw something I had seen before, but only in a dream. And your memory problems, is this related? It must be. I think this has happened more than once now. I think you were right about that meeting with the captain. I don't think I was just zoning out. I must have just forgotten it all. Have you ever heard of anything like this? Memory loss, hallucinations, possible somnambulism. They could be, well, they are technically all symptoms of extreme stress, but what you're undergoing. Can you recall anything else? Can I? My mind is a mess right now, adrenaline's still coursing through me, hampering any and all logical thought. I still want to run, I still want to hide. I might have heard voices, but I can't remember what they said. I'm sorry. Oh, please, no, Tucker. It's fine, you've done quite enough. Let me think. The room is still ripe with the smell of fear as Tyr taps his claws on his desk. His eyes dart about as he mumbles under his breath. I should remind you that I'm not technically a medical doctor. My research is in physics. I'm sure if I could get a hold of MARROWYN, he could. His head snaps to the translator and he rips his monitor out. Almost too shocked to move as I can barely offer it. Are you okay? The room is silent. He tore out its tongue. It will translate no longer. I'm alone again, with an increasingly frantic man. hallucinations, memory loss, possible schizophrenia, but he'd have to. All mumbled under panic breaths. Tear, you're worrying me. Is something wrong? I know he can't hear me, but I don't know what else to do. The conditions have changed, but how would he? Surely not. I'm just overreacting. His unfocused eyes shoot up and down the dim room before finally landing on me. A sore sight for eyes, that's for sure. Taken aback by his own outburst, he takes a moment. It seems that both of us are having quite the morning. Tucker, I'm going to heavily suggest that you let Dr. Seno look over you immediately. I'll send him the full list of tests, but we just need to be sure everything is okay with you. Okay? With what? Did something happen? I'm sorry. I don't have time to fix the translator right now. I'm going to step out and... His monitor lights up as multiple messages come flooding in. Oh my, this is unexpected. I can only raise a brow as he fails to elaborate. It seems my communications had been offline. Perhaps some residual effect from the hum? Never mind. You'll be happy to know that your guardian is on their way. I can take you to where you can meet them, if that's alright. Without even waiting for an answer, he's already walking past me and holding open the door. What happened in those brief moments? Feeling the tension blending into the room, I decide not to keep him waiting long. Taking one last look around the room, I stare where once there was a corpse. When nothing reveals itself to me, I resign myself to the cold corridors and head out. My heart hasn't stopped trying to escape my chest since that dead thing loomed over Tyr. Being kicked out like this, my mind hasn't been able to stop racing either. He hasn't said a word since we left his office. He's just been muzzled deep in some files on his monitor. We even passed our first flesh and blood crew member, and he barely even acknowledged them, and he didn't even bother introducing me. Although, I think I just realized how disgusting I might be. I've got blood on my shirt, my shoes are wet with void knows what, and my pants are torn at the knee. And it's, what, basically 7 in the morning? By the eye. It's going to be a long day. I managed to catch up to Tyr as he waits by an elevator, impatiently tapping his foot the whole time. I cough to grab his attention, but it seems he's still determined as ever to ignore me. He's mumbling something about cognitive pathways before I cough again, louder this time. Oh, do you need anything, Tucker? He tries to stow his monitor, perhaps forgetting I couldn't read it anyways. We should be able to get you out of here in just a moment. I do hope you can rest for the remainder of the day. I open my mouth to speak, but there's so many things I want to say, want to ask, but instead I sigh. Tyr can see my frustration, but unlike earlier, he seems to be unmoved by it. Instead, opening his monitor off to the side just out of eyeshot. The elevator arrives and we get on. Arriving quickly, Tyr closes his monitor as he leads me away, finally deciding to speak up of his own volition. I've sent some messages to your guardians, especially Dr. Seno, telling them how I found you this morning. I left out any mentions of what you say you saw. I thought it best they hear that from you. All of a sudden, I feel he trusts me even less. Like, everything I said earlier was some joke, something the alien said to get a rise out of him. He still seems on edge, but I feel as though it's for a different reason. But when he ripped out the translator's tongue, I lost all chance of asking today. Yeah, thank you. Simple words. Maybe he can even understand without a neural bridge. He lets out a weary smile as we trot along silently for a hallway or so. My breath is still cut and wavering, his measured pace but a mask. I think he's just become really good at hiding how scared he is. And in his line of work, I can't blame him. Alright, Tucker, this is where I must take my leave. I've been informed that your guardian will meet you here. They should be close. Do you mind waiting? Do I mind waiting? Of course I fucking mind! After the morning I've had, you should fucking... I shake my head no. He seems worried, but complacent. Well, I'll be in touch. And that's it. He starts heading down the hallway and quickly disappears out of sight. I could barely argue if I wanted to. Were I not in shock, maybe an attempt would be made, but not now. Next time that translator works again, I'm going to have some choice words for him. We'll see how well a neural can translate insults. Sighing, I hold myself and slump against one of the walls. My body is still registering the events of this morning. At least I remember everything, even if part of me wishes I didn't. Go Bulldogs! It's cold again. Less than a mark passes before the lights turn on and day truly begins. No carrying come down here, whoever here is. But it's not much longer before I hear plodding footfalls headed my way. In a vain attempt at trying to appear at all presentable, I right myself and straighten my jacket, only to see MARROWYN round the corner. Marrow? He comes bounding towards me, the ground shaking under every wayward step. He looks exhausted. I really hope he didn't run all the way here. But seeing how he's moving now, I don't doubt it. By the heart. Are you okay? Here, let me... He grabs my wrist, presumably taking my pulse. MARROWYN, what are you... I rip my arm away, but his planting gape doesn't change. Your heart rate is way too high. Do you need water? Do you need cool down? Can I get you... MARROWYN! He stops, if only for a second. MARROWYN, my beloved! Looking like he wants to talk again, I preemptively cut him off. I just need to sit down somewhere, okay? I need a minute. He wants to interject. He wants to check in on me. He wants to fix this. He's so similar to his father. Righting himself with a frown, he swallows his desires. Of course. I think I know of a nearby bench. Do you think you can follow me? He extends an arm that I politely deny. I'm grateful when he doesn't lunge out and grab me. I can tell he wanted to as I push off the wall, wincing in the process. He's right though. The bench is close and soon we're both seated next to each other. He quickly types something away with that little monitor of his, and I catch my breath. His fucking flip phone! He's texting on his fucking flip phone. I will never get over the fact that he uses, say it with me, a fucking flip phone. Well, I'm actually tempted to just say you can keep MARROWYN, and I'll fucking take Pater and Tyr. Like, I love MARROWYN. Love him to death. I mean, look at him. He makes my brain say yes. He activates a neuron in my brain. The remaining brain cell. The last brain cell that I have. He activates it. Yeah, sure, keep MARROWYN. I got Tyr. And Pater. I am very gay. I thought that was clear. I am very fucking gay. Plus, right now, MARROWYN isn't my comfort character. He quickly types something away on that little monitor of his as I catch my breath. I wasn't expecting to see both sides of this coin this morning. Not that I'm as upset to see MARROWYN. I could go without his inane overprotectiveness, though. I guess I shouldn't have expected to see Rune, not after our last conversation. But now that said, Amethyst, I'm still going to write fanfiction about him and Pater. I'm still going to. Damn, Marrow just got replaced. He will still hold a special place in my heart, however, I am not going to simp heavily over him. Well, I will, but I won't. Sort of. Do I got news for you? Yeah, this is Rune's route. Guess I should have expected to see Rune, but not after our last conversation, but... Marrow... yes? He puts down his monitor and gives me his full attention. Where's Rune? Oh, well, he's in a meeting right now. He couldn't be reached, so I did my best to make it down here for you as soon as I could. Is that okay? Is that really more important than my safety? I shouldn't think like that. I take up enough of his time as is. I guess I'm fine now that Doc is here. Of course it's okay, Doc. Just maybe don't grab me like that again, okay? I've had a bit of a morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to tell me about it? Where do I even begin? Are you sure you don't want me to look over you? You look... not great, I imagine. I was just going to say hurt, that's all. Well, I feel like shit, so maybe I don't look much better. How did this all happen? Professor Seno said he found you roaming the tunnels, is that true? Yeah, he did. And the injuries? I tripped, The edges of his lips turned down as his worries turned into suspicion. You tripped? Well, there's probably no getting around this anyway. I might as well tell him. Doc, I turned to him on the bench, my knee barely brushing up against his massive thigh. I have to say something that isn't going to sound possible. I told Tyr, but I'm not sure he believes me. Please, I need you to trust me. His expression softens and I hear something mimicked back at me that I never thought I would. I trust you, Tucker. What does he... Oh! No matter how touching it is to hear, I don't have time to dwell on it as I begin to explain. I was in the tunnels and I thought I saw something. I ran and I fell a few times, actually. I don't know what I saw, but I think I've seen it before in my dreams. Your dreams? You have mentioned you weren't sleeping well. I didn't think it was this bad, though. That's the thing! I've been having a hard time remembering things. I only realized once I was down there that something was wrong. I don't understand. You didn't realize you'd walked into the bowels of the station? He tilts his head, one ear dangling ever so gently off his head. Well, I don't think I did, no. Are you saying that you simply got lost, or that you have no memory of getting lost? That I have no memory of it. Well, both, maybe. I remember parts of it, but... Oh man, I really don't want to tell Doc Volcarian that I might have lost control of myself or something. I don't really think there's any way out of it, though. I think something wanted me to go down there. This thing from your dreams? Yeah. I don't know if I was in control of myself. I start rubbing my arm and look away. I can hear as he uncomfortably runs his hands up and down his thighs. I hope I'm not scaring him away. I really need him here right now. Now, forgive me for only asking this now. I know this hasn't exactly come up yet, but this isn't a normal human condition, I assume, no? Not a... No, it isn't. But it might have happened before, yeah. I've had times where I kind of blacked out. I thought I was just dreaming or something, but now... He doesn't respond. I can feel him staring at my back, but I can't turn to face him. And you have no idea what it could be. No. Tyr might, but he seemed worried about telling me. I mean, it could be a ghost. Ghosts aren't real, Tucker. Clearly this motherfucker hasn't been where I live. Ghosts are fucking real. That is a fact. Ghosts are real. Wait, no. Spirits are real. When spirits are real. Like monsters and whatnot. Like fucking cryptids. Okay, I'm gonna remove, this, and hopefully, to keep, you all under control, Ceiling Wolf is going to watch you sin. Ghosts aren't real, Tucker. Wait, are human ghosts real? What? No, Doc. They aren't. It was just a joke. Sorry. He scratches the back of his head and turns away. I imagine a carrying ghost would be quite annoying to deal with. Brushing normal fur is enough, but ghost fur? God damn it. God damn it. Quit making me fall in love with you, MARROWYN. I would greatly appreciate it. Is he trying to tell a joke? That's sweet of him. Void knows I need it right now. Well, ghosts aside, I don't know what it was. Tyr couldn't see it either, so that's even more concerning. Well, under extreme stress, Karen have reported symptoms similar to what you're undergoing. Perhaps not entirely similar, but some things line up. They're just gonna sit down and make out. That's all they're going to do. Yeah? Yes. I've treated such cases before. There's usually a catalyst of some kind, though. Something that could have caused it. Can you think of anything like that? I might actually. Really? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you heard, but, Tyr gave me my monitor back. Again. Oh, I did, yes. Director Rune mentioned that in the chat. Wait, hold on! You guys are all in a group chat? Yes! I set it up when you got out of medical confinement as to better communicate with your other guardians. Fucker made a group chat. Fucker made a group chat on his fucking flip phone. Next thing I'm going to hear is that all of them except MARROWYN use fucking Snapchat or some shit. The fact that they have a group chat and MARROWYN uses a fucking flip phone. You can't be mad at him. And he left us out of it. Clearly we're not invited. Aw, damn. Aw, damn, we need to introduce them to Snapchat. I'm sure you know they can be a bit busy. That's one way to put it. Do they actually talk or... Oh, no. I usually have to ask for updates, otherwise nothing would be said at all. It's because you're on a flip phone! To answer your question, Amethyst, I believe that flip phones were fire. It was satisfying to open and close. See, I know that. I know that flip phones were fire. That clamshell designs were fire. I had a 3DS, it's broken. And dead. Forever. Yeah. But no. Amethyst, I do believe extraterrestrial life does exist. I do believe it does exist. For the simple fact that the universe is fucking massive. The universe is massive and quite possibly infinite. The universe is massive and quite possibly infinite. If you truly think the odds are so fucking low that Earth... Listen. I'm just using logic. The odds that Earth is the only planet with life on it are so fucking low. The odds are so low. I believe... Yeah, there probably is aliens. Mathematically speaking, there are aliens, because the odds that we are the only people who are alive in the universe, that humankind, especially humankind, is the only sentient species in the universe, is extremely fucking low. I firmly believe that aliens do exist. But not in a, oh, they're gonna come and kidnap us and give us anal probes or some shit. No, I don't believe that. I believe they're simply out there somewhere living their life. Where are they at? I don't fucking know. Do I care? No. I don't know where they are, nor do I care where they are or what they're doing. Just leave me the fuck alone. That's all I think about it. Like, y'all can do whatever you want. Like, aliens, y'all can do whatever you want. Just please, leave me alone. Unless, of course, it's Amicus, in which case, please come take me. I usually have to ask for updates, otherwise nothing would be said at all. That sounds about right. But you were saying... Oh, right. Well, it worked! Kinda. I was able to open my monitor and check my old messages and stuff, but Well, it didn't work for very long. Messages started disappearing and I couldn't open any of the apps. Eventually, the whole thing just broke. Probably because I smashed the damn thing. I'm sure you heard about that. It was mentioned, but do you think that caused all of this? It's possible. I got pretty stressed from it. Tucker, I know you didn't get out of bed for a whole day. Maybe I was more than a little stressed out. I think Rune might have gotten a little stressed out too. Have you talked to him? Have you managed to talk to Rune? Oh, I did manage to catch him, yes. And? Well, I don't know the director very well, but I wouldn't say he looked particularly good. The night that it happened, he sent us some messages, but I wasn't exactly able to understand what had occurred. I came to your room, but he insisted on letting you rest, and that he had to work on something. I capitulated and bade him a good night. Still worried, however, I scheduled a repair for something in my office the next day. MARROWYN. It had to be fixed anyway. I figured, why not now? Sigh. And? Well, he showed up. When you weren't with him, I was a tad worried. He said that you were resting for the day, which is well within your rights, but he wouldn't elaborate. It's not my place to pry, so I thanked him and he left. I can't imagine he would expect this to happen, though. Did he look okay? I swear to God, if that cat wants back in... Doc? Well, I won't pretend like I know the director well enough to properly comment on that. I was unaware what his uniform was until a few weeks ago myself, but I don't think so, no. I should have expected as much. What was I thinking yelling at him? I really need to say something to him. I feel a paw ruffle my hair and I turn up to face him. He's only worried so much because he cares about you, Tucker. We all do. Yeah, of course. I lean into his paw and his warm side. It's a brief respite from everything that's happened this morning. You should say something to him. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. I'll be sure to. If he lets me. I feel awful for what I said. I'm sure that whatever happens, he'll be happy to see you. If his actions this morning were anything to go by, at least. What actions, Doc? Oh, well, so I'm sure you're aware of how the station has a security alarm, correct? I believe that you saw it when you arrived here. What is he... Oh, no. Well, the director thought it might be best if the whole station were put on alert due to your absence. He did not. Why didn't he leave with that? Oh, god damn it, Rune pulled the fucking fire alarm. Rune, you crazy bastard. This is why you're the correct option. He pulled the fucking fire alarm. What happened? I don't remember hearing anything when I was down in the tunnels. Oh, well, I managed to talk him out of it. Once I heard that you had gotten your own terminal key, I figured you'd go out on your own at some point. He still seemed fairly worried, but he went off to work all the same. Fuck. Whether or not leaving the room this morning was even something I did of my own volition, I still need to apologize for it. And for yelling at him. MARROWYN brushes my hair again, messing it up even further. It will be alright, Tucker. You've done nothing wrong. And I'm sure Rune will forgive you, if he hasn't already. It's just that I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for walking out. I'm sorry for being here. I'm hurt. I'm glad to have you guys. I'm glad that I can be here for you now, Tucker. And we're all glad to have you here as well, truly. He pulls me into his side, gently patting my back. But you should tell that to him as well. I'm sure he'd appreciate hearing it. A few tears dampen his fur and clothes, but I'm glad to be crying them. I grip his outfit, tensing as hard as I can before letting him go. Well, what time is it anyway? It's super early still, yeah? 5 minutes after the 8th mark. He says starkly. Why? I should probably go say something to him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to work, but I can at least check in. Oh, there's no rush. You should know how hard it can be to find him when he's working. But I'm ready to go whenever you are. Don't you need to get back to work, though? He looks off into abject nothingness, smiling before turning back to me. For you, Tucker. I have all day. And I almost cry again. Okay, which one now? Marrook or MARROWYN? Because we're finishing this update tonight. Marrook! Ah! I think this is Marrook. Nope, that is MARROWYN. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the sensor. Oh, no, no. I forgot that Marrook is a gamer. A gentle shift in the blankets as they roll onto their back, letting out a soft groan. He must be asleep. That aside, though, I should really apologize to Marrook. They didn't deserve that. These hallways still freak me out, but I'm sure I can brag about this to Marrook when he wakes up. I'm sure he'll only be slightly upset. I'd hate for Marrook to wake up and find that I'm not there. Although, after last night, maybe that'd be expected. Tio is totally going to break my legs over this. I do really enjoy hanging out with Marrook, but I could just stay in our room, but really don't want to cause any more trouble for Marrook. And it would be kind of awkward to just sit around all day. Guy, we're doing all the routes tonight. Oh, God. I forgot about that. Tear, my beloved! I feel bad leaving Marrook alone, but I think he'll understand. Tear, my beloved! I wonder if that Caring took my phone from me is here today. I guess it doesn't matter. Perhaps you could message the lieutenant and see if he's woken up. I shake my head no. Oh, I'm sure they won't mind. It's 'cause we broke our phone. I'll try to remember. Tear, my beloved. Tear and or Pater, my beloved. Use the eggs. Just use the eggs. Well, I guess reports are only as good as Marrook writes them up to be. Which probably leaves a lot to be desired. My room is fine. I enjoy living with Marrook, and the captain helped me get this uniform so I'm not dirty all the time anymore. And now Sensor can come back. But it's not long before I hear uncoordinated feet headed my way. In a vain attempt to appear at all presentable, I right myself and straighten my jacket, only to see Rune round the corner. Wait, but we're doing Marrook's route. Rune? Oh my god, it's Baby Girl, the obvious correct answer. Rune? He almost skids by me as he tries to come to a stop, panting the whole time. Okay, deep breaths, bud. Take your time. He almost looks worse than me right now. Why did you... Are you okay? He almost floors me as he barks in my face. Rushing up to me, he looms over me, frantically shouting. I got so many messages, and Marrook was in a meeting, so we couldn't come, so I ran all the way here, and... oh, by the filament! Oh, I love that! You're hurt! You look hurt? Here, how about we... He's almost hyperventilating at this point as his mind races to catch up with his good intentions. Rune! It's okay! It's not. Let's just go and sit down somewhere. I really need a bit of a break right now. Right. Of course. Oh, okay. Follow me. He looks like he's about to take off running before he sees me wince as I push off the wall. Walking slowly down the hall. We find an empty space with some benches and sit down. Rune checks his monitor while I catch my breath. Nervously, he types out a few messages before turning to me, patiently waiting. I really didn't expect to see him this morning. Not that I'm upset, especially considering how my last conversation with Marrow went. Rune? Where's Marrow? He's in a meeting right now, and couldn't make it to this part of the station. I'm sorry. Is that really more important than my safety? Ugh, I shouldn't think like that. I take enough of his time as is. Anyways, I'm fine now that Rune is here. Alright, thank you. Uh-huh. So, what happened? How did you end up alone and so far down on the station, and why are you hurt and... Rune. One question at a time, please. Right, sorry. How did you get hurt? Are you going to be okay? I just... tripped. It's not really wrong, but I'm not sure how else to explain it either. You... tripped? He looks me up and down, noticing the various amounts of damage I've managed to accrue this morning, no matter how superficial some of it may be. Well, I kinda... No, I trust Rune. I trust him as much as Marrow. He needs to know. They all will, eventually. Rune, I turn to him on the bench, our knees almost touching. I have to say something that isn't going to sound possible. So, I told Tyr, but I'm not sure he believes me. Please, I need you to trust me. He nods, not interrupting. I thought I saw something in the tunnels and I ran. I don't know what it was, but I think I've seen it before in my dreams. Your dreams? I know that Marrow has said that you've had nightmares, but he never said what. That's the thing! I've been having a hard time remembering things. I only realized once I was down there that something was wrong. So you went down there on purpose, then? He tilts his head in confusion, letting one ear flop to the side. Well, I don't think I did, no. Oh, so you just got lost, then? You really shouldn't walk around in the tunnels alone. I haven't taught you enough about how to get around down there yet. Oh, no, was this my fault? No, Rune. You're fine. I don't really know why I was down there. I barely even remember getting out of bed, and then suddenly I was just alone. His confused look mirrors my own emotions on the situation, and yet I have no idea how to better describe them. I think something wanted me to go down there. The thing from your dreams? Yeah. I don't know if I was in control of myself. I start rubbing my arm and look away. He starts nervously kneading his paws and pulling on his jacket. I hope I'm not scaring him away. I really need him here right now. Has that happened before? That's not a human thing, right? Not a... No, it isn't. But it might have happened before, yeah. I've had times where I kind of blacked out. I thought I was just dreaming or something, but now... He doesn't respond at first, and I almost feel like I can hear the cogs in his brain slowly turning. Oh, girl, he's running on one brain cell. A small mechanical whir comes from his paws. He tenses his grip. Do you have any idea what it was? No. Tyr might, but he seemed worried about telling me. I mean, it could be a ghost. We don't have ghosts in space, Tucker. Everybody knows that. I turn to him with a confused expression. His wavering smile cracks as he notices. Oh, just a joke. Sorry. He scratches the back of his head and turns away. Was he trying to cheer me up? That's sweet of him. Void knows I need it right now. Well, ghost aside, I don't know what it was. Tyr couldn't see it either, so that's even more concerning. Well, could it just be something in your head then? Like, stress or something? I know when I was going through my post-traumatic, training rehabilitation thing that I had some crazy dreams. And working down in the tunnels surely didn't help either. Yeah. Do you know what caused it? Hang on. I'm just taking a minute. Do you know what caused it? Or, you know, what you think maybe could have caused it? He's still so nervous. I feel awful. I hope I'm not freaking him out. I might actually. Really? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you heard, but, Tyr gave me my monitor back. Yeah, I heard about that. Sag. Maruk posted about it in the chat we all share. Wait, hold on. You guys are all in a group chat? Yeah. I think MARROWYN set it up when you got out of the containment cell. It's the easiest way to get updates about you. How can you stand being in a group chat with Maruk? Oh, he's fine. His messages are really short and he only gets upset if I don't explain things well. Which is most of the time, I'm sure. Well, if he gives you a hard time, let me know. I'll tell him to lay off, okay? Oh, you don't have to do that. Rune. I'll do it. Okay, thank you. But, your monitor? Oh, right, well, it worked! Kinda. I was able to open my monitor and check my old messages and stuff, but, well, it didn't work for very long. Messages started disappearing and I couldn't open any of the apps. Eventually the whole thing just broke. Probably because I smashed the damn thing. I'm sure you heard about that. A bit. But you think that caused it? I don't know. Maybe? Probably? I got, well, pretty stressed out. You didn't get out of bed for over a day, Tucker. Maybe I was more than a little stressed out. Did Maruk bring that up? Has, Maruk said how he's doing? Well, that can't be good. He messaged us after, your phone broke. He wasn't, very clear, but we could tell that you had broken your monitor. He said not to expect seeing you for a few days, and that was it. I couldn't get in contact with him again. I was worried, so I stopped by and tried to ask him about it. And, well, he didn't really want to talk. I don't blame him. It's okay, Rune. You don't have to worry about it. I know he's probably upset. I think he's just worried about you, Tucker. I make a knowing face and he continues. Well, I think he's upset too. But that doesn't mean he doesn't care about you. Doesn't he, like, kind of hate you? How can you be sure of anything he does? Well, he freezes, his mechanical paw slowly opening and closing in a thoughtful spasm. We've worked together enough now that I just know. I think he cares more than he's willing to show. I care about you, too, if that wasn't obvious. Rune, baby. I care about you too, Rune. We all care about you, bud. I was so worried when Maruk said you hadn't gotten out of your bed. We're here if you need us. I know, Rune. I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize to me, bud. But I'm sure Maruk would appreciate hearing you say that. I'll be sure to. If he lets me. I feel awful for what I said. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you. I can tell he's been worried because he almost set off the security system when you were missing from your bed this morning. He almost did what? Oh, did I not mention that? This morning, I got woken up pretty early by a very frantic lieutenant. He thought that maybe you just came over to stay with me, but, well, he did not. Why didn't he lead with this? When he found out you were missing, he wanted to set off the station's security alarms. He almost did it too. Fortunately, I've been repairing the box, so it didn't work. So he didn't stop them at all. He calmed down pretty quickly, though. He didn't say much after that, though. He just stormed off. Fuck. Whether or not leaving the room this morning was even something I did of my own volition, I still need to apologize for it. And for yelling at him. Rune leans over me, pressing his arm into mine. You alright, bud? I get a bit worried when you're upset. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for walking out. I'm sorry for not being here. I'm hurt. I'm glad to have you guys. Well, you should tell Maruk that too. I'm sure he'd like to hear that. But he pulls me into his side once again. I'm glad I can be here for you too, bud. A few tears damp his firm clothes, but I'm glad to be crying them. I grip his outfit, tensing as hard as I can before letting him go. What time is it anyways? It's super early still, yeah? It's about the 8th mark. Why? I should probably go say something to him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to work, but I can at least check in. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, you let me know when you want to head out and I can take you to them. But no rush! Don't you need to get back to work? He looks up at the ceiling lights, itself slightly flickering before turning back to me. His emotions not only on his sleeve but plastered across his face, and they're also caring. I've got all day, bud. And I almost cry again. Wait, I think it's this one. And it is time for MARROWYN. MARROWYN himself. Oh yeah, I gotta pull up the sensor. Well, maybe he would on a better day. I love you, MARROWYN. That aside, though, I should really apologize to Marrow. They didn't deserve that. These hallways still freak me out, but I'm sure I can brag about this to MARROWYN when he wakes up. I'm sure he'll only be slightly worried. I'd hate for MARROWYN to wake up and find that I'm not there. Although after last night, maybe that'd be expected. Pater's never going to let me live this down. Okay, you know what? 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 You all, I want you to look me in my fucking eyes and say that there isn't some sort of sexual tension between Pater and MARROWYN. Because there is. Hiya, Axel, thank you for the raid. Say that there isn't. I want you to look me in my tiny little fucking beady eyes and say that there isn't some sort of tension between those two. Because there absolutely is. I really do enjoy hanging out with Doc, but even if he can't, I know Marrow will hound him until he does. I could just stay in our room, but I really don't want to cause any more trouble for MARROWYN. And it would be kind of awkward to just sit around all day. Pater. Those are the vibes that I was getting. I'm gonna talk about it in the Roads Yet Traveled Discord server. That is like one of 2 servers that I actually talk in. I feel bad leaving MARROWYN alone, but I think he'll understand. Ooh, Peter. Perhaps you could message Dr. Seno and see if they've woken up.
Peter, please don't turn me into marketable plushies. Peter!
Why is the screen black? Censor. We're censoring. I figured you'd ask that at some point. What is that? I'm going to have to talk to MARROWYN about this at some point. Ah, fuck Soknos. Well, I guess the reports are only as good as MARROWYN writes them up to be. My room is fine. I enjoy living with MARROWYN and all the... And the captain helped me get this uniform so I'm not dirty all the time anymore. To manipulation station. Oh god. But it's not much longer before I hear measured steps headed my way. In a vain attempt to appear at all presentable, I right myself and straighten my jacket, only to see Marrook round the corner. Oh god damn it. Marrook, what are you doing here? He comes power walking up to me. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. He comes power walking up to me. Furious shadows paint his face as a blue eye cuts through me. Where have you... By the void, you look like shit. What happened to you? I, went for a walk. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you know how many messages I've gotten this morning? Doc will get here when he can. You picked a great time to disappear. Do you even know how hard it was to get down here from my office? Ugh. It's good to see you too, Marrook. Yeah, you're alright, though. You don't look so hot, Kit. I've had a bit of a weird morning. Do you think we could go sit down for a bit? Yeah, I wasn't doing much this morning anyways. Here, let me help you. Thanks. I take his paw and he helps me to my feet. It's not long before we find a quiet corner to rest, but Maruk insists on going just a bit further. Confused but more so exhausted, I oblige. Well, I guess this works too. Maruk closes the door behind us before shooting out some messages on his monitor. It's not that I'm unhappy to see him, but he is not the face I expected to see this morning. Although I've seen quite a few unexpected things today as is. It might have been nice to see MARROWYN, though. Even after what happened. Hey, Maruk. What's up, Kit? Where's MARROWYN? Dunno, some kind of meeting. He wasn't responding in time, so I had to lug my ass down here to save you. My hero. He rolls his eyes, clearly trying to hide a smile. But a meeting, really? Is that really more important than my safety? Ugh, I shouldn't think like that. I take up enough of his time as is. Anyways, I'm fine now that Maruk's here. So, Kit. What the fuck? What happened? What do I even say? I guess I should try and explain it to him. He'd believe me, right? Knowing Maruk, he might just think it's a bad joke. Maruk, I'm not really sure what happened. You're not sure? A mixture of worry and confusion washes over his face. Sitting beside me, he hunches over in a vain but kind attempt at keeping eye level. I have to say something that isn't going to sound possible. I told Tyr, but I'm not sure he believes me. Please, I need you to trust me. He looks like he wants to interject, but he thinks better of it. I thought I saw something in the tunnels, and I ran. I don't know what it was, but I think I've seen it before in my dreams. Your dreams? Like, nightmares, some shit? Doc said you ain't sleeping well, but jeez. See? That's not their fault. I've had a hard time remembering things too, and I only realized that something was wrong once I got down there. It's like the memories just came back. Oh, the ad's starting soon. Ah, shit. What? We're gonna stop it for the ad. Want to break from the ads? Want to break from the ads? Do your no ads dance. I should probably get rid of Stealing Wolf. Ah, shit, the ad's over. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna ask it. Should we get rid of Stealing Wolf? For the rest of the stream, should we get rid of Stealing Wolf? Spider Amicus. Spider Kiss. He'll be gone tomorrow, probably, if I remember. Like you drank the alien soda and now you reaped the consequences. Oh no. So you wanted to go down there? He tilts his head in confusion, but his ears stay straight, defying gravity. Aw, sad. Well, I don't think I did know. I'm confused, kid. How did you end up down there then? What made jumping into a dark tunnel sound like a good idea? Maybe if I remembered any of it. I barely even remember getting out of bed, and then suddenly I was just alone. His expression burns away, leaving only a scowl. And yet, I have no idea how to better describe it. I think something wanted to meet me. And this is the same thing from your dreams? Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know anything anymore, Maruk. I start rubbing my arm and looking away. He makes no sounds, but I can see a faint light breach over from my shoulder. I hope I'm not scaring him away. I need him here right now. And this hasn't happened before. This isn't like a normal thing for humans to do, is it? Because then that's more of Doc's kind of expertise, really. No, Maruk, humans don't usually lose their memories and start walking randomly around. Could have fooled me. Turning back with a snarl, I expect a mocking grin, but instead he seems so calm. I think he was just trying to cheer me up. He might not be able to help, but he does care. Yeah, it might have happened before. I've had times where I kind of blacked out. I thought I was just dreaming or something, but now... He turns away, resting his head on his hands. A blue glow barely escapes from the seams of his fingers. So you have any idea of what it could be? Anything at all? No. Tyr might, but he seemed worried about telling me. I mean, it could be a ghost. Oh yeah, we got those from time to time. Really? No. Most normal Maruk statement. Oh. Feeling a bit silly, I turn away only to be surprised as he pats my back. You're alright, kid. Thanks. I don't feel alright, but it's sweet of him nonetheless. Well, Ghost aside, I don't know what it was. Tyr couldn't see it either, so that's even more concerning. It's probably just stress and that kind of shit happens. I know when I was going through physical therapy, I saw some stuff I couldn't explain. That could have been all the meds I was on, though. You'd have to ask Doc about that. Physical therapy? For what? His eye? I guess that makes sense. No, I think it was more... I've had crazy dreams before, but this was something else. I could feel it. A streak of unease cuts through him as he kneads his fists into his lap. Is he getting freaked out? I feel awful, but I really need him here. I mean, it could be nothing, I guess. What do you think? Me? Well, I think you're crazy, but we both already knew that. Pff, fuck off. I'm being serious. Yeah. Well, do you think something caused this? I might actually. And? Well, I don't know if you heard, but, Tyr gave me my monitor back. Yeah, I remember Doc posting about that in the chat. The chat? Wait, hold on. You guys are all in a group chat? Yeah, we are. MARROWYN put me in it when you got out of your cell. Said it was best if we all stayed up to date on things. Are you playing nice? Fuck off, I barely use the thing. I'm just checking to make sure you're alright. Which is my job, by the way. He huffs and turns away, hiding a small blush. But what about it? Huh? Your monitor? It worked, yeah? Oh, right. Well, kinda. I was able to open it and check my old messages and stuff, but... Well, it didn't work for very long. Messages started disappearing and I couldn't open any of the apps. Eventually, everything just... broke. Probably because I smashed the damn thing. I'm sure you heard about that. It might have come up, but you think that caused whatever this was? He gestures vaguely with his paw. I don't know, maybe? Probably? I got, well, pretty stressed out. You didn't get out of bed for a whole day, Tucker! Doc made it seem like you were dying. Maybe I was more than a little stressed out. Have you spoken to them? Huh? Did he say how he's doing? He's fine. What? Maruk, there's no way he's fine. I mean, I don't know. I did think there was something weird about the messages he sent us, so I went to check in on you two the next morning. He seemed tired and he said I should just let you rest. And he looked like shit. I mean, you know how he is. It's not always easy to get a clear answer from the guy. I think he's worried, rightfully so, and I think he cares about your kid. More than any of us show, really. More than you show, for sure. That's because I don't care about you. He says as he leans over and holds me against his side. Gently pinned against him, he rubs my arm and sighs. I don't care about you too, Maruk. Listen. He leans back. I ain't seen Doc this messed up for a while. Maybe not since you got sick that one time. You're gonna have to talk to him. At least tell him what you told me. I know. I'm sorry. Don't apologize to me. You got me out of doing paperwork this morning. Save for the big guy, okay? I'll be sure to. If he lets me. I feel awful for what I said. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. It's certainly better than having to stop them from setting the station on high alert again. He almost did what? Did I forget to mention that? Yeah, I heard some commotion in the hallway and went to check it out. Doc was messing with the emergency alarm. God damn it, MARROWYN actually pulled the fire alarm. Rune almost pulled it. Maruk couldn't physically pull it, and MARROWYN actually pulled the fucking alarm. Seemed like when he woke up and saw that you were missing, he had the bright idea to set off the station's early warning alarms. You know, the big red strobe lights? He did not. Why did he lead with this? Well, what happened? I don't remember seeing the alarm go off, and Tyr didn't mention it. Tucker, I'm the head of security. He doesn't have the clearance to set that off. So if it wasn't for the fact, so they all got stopped by something. MARROWYN stopped Rune from setting off the fire alarm. Maruk couldn't physically set off the fire alarm. And Maruk literally said fuck you to MARROWYN and said, "You're not allowed to set off the fire alarm." So only Maruk can do it. At least, I don't think he does. Anyway, he calmed down pretty quickly after that. Calm enough to get going, I guess. Fuck. Whether or not leaving the room this morning was even something I did of my own volition, I still need to apologize for it. And for yelling at him. A paw lands on my head, lightly ruffling my hair. Hey, what's going on in there? Nothing good comes from you being all quiet. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for walking out. I'm sorry for being here. I'm hurt. I'm glad to have you guys. You should tell that to Doc, not me, but... He pulls me into his side again, now harmlessly knuckling the top of my head. I'm glad to have you too, Kit. A few tears damp his firm clothes, but I'm glad to be crying them. I grip his outfit, tensing as hard as I can before letting him go. What time is it anyway? It's super early still, yeah? 8th mark. Why? I should probably go say something to him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to work, but I can at least check in. Oh, sure. I'll walk you over, but, take your time, yeah? I know it's been a morning. Don't you have to get back to work? He looks at his monitor, quickly scanning something before turning back to me. There's a faintest hint of something behind his eyes, and... Nah, I got all day, Kit. And I almost cry again. That's the boys! Ah! My body is fighting me and I want to write more fan fiction. So, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Pops, is Maruk still a bitch?